So he's saying we are to follow in the footsteps of the VRAJAVASIS. But also something important that I will say to make it practical and realistic to us, because of course also we are prevented, do not imitate something that is beyond your reach, or do not imitate, do not follow the footsteps by dressing with sari as a male, I'm saying in this case, and so on. So one substantial way of following the VRAJAVASIS is how they appear to us in the GAURA LILA. Because in the GAURA LILA we have all the inhabitants of Vrindavan appearing as sadhakas, as devotees, as practitioners. Of course, they are high caliber practitioners, they're eternally perfected. But somehow I will say it's maybe more relatable to us to see them practicing and giving an example that we can relate to where we are. No? Like if you go to the life of the Goswamis, it may be more relatable, the life of Rupa Goswami, than the life of Rupa Manjari in certain stage of your practice. At a certain stage you will connect with both, and you will, and so on and so. But it all begins generally through the doorway of GAURA LILA. No? Yeah. So I will, and of course GAURA LILA means not only those eternal associates who served Mahaprabhu a few hundred years ago, but the extension of that GAURA LILA in the form of acharyas and parampara who somehow show this example and mode. So by connection with them, gradually again we connect with the eternal associates of Vrindavan as they appear in GAURA LILA, by imbibing that properly, while simultaneously hearing about Vraja Lila. No, all that should be done gradually. No, because sometimes I've seen devotees, I don't know, they get a little bit too, let's say, fanatical. Why not? In many directions we can be fanatical, but in this case I mean like less insisting too much about just hear about Vraja Lila. That's a highest thing, so that's what we should be doing. But I would say that something is the highest doesn't mean that you should be doing that. No, that's the highest. Are you ready for the highest? No, so you have to also be realistic, because sometimes too much insistence on exclusive Lila narrations can be very interesting, evasive device for not dealing with some unresolved human issues that we may have. Do you follow my point? So let's talk about the highest, but probably, as Srila Bhakti Dev Goswami will say, it's better to talk about basic things in a deep way than about higher things in a very shallow way, or in an evasive way, what to speak of that. Unconsciously we may be doing that, but resorting to the highest topics, to not having to deal with more, embarrassing layers of reality that we need to deal with, so we can gradually enter the fully human realm. No? Like I mentioned in my book, the Lila of Vrindavan, the Lila of Navadvip is Nara Lila. Nara Lila means it's divine and human at the same time. So if I'm not humanly in place, my humanity is not in place, how can I enter that Lila where humanity is fully in place? Because in the Lila of Krishna, in the Lila of Mahaprabhu, humanity is showing its perfect expression, being totally spiritualized. It's spiritual, but there's humanity there. So if I'm not fully human, how much I can reach that Nar Lila? So it's important that we have our humanity in place with the idea of attaining ultimately the realm of Braj. Yeah.